All right. Welcome everybody to the first Thursday's Ukulele Jam here at the Wild Eye Pub. I'm Lucky Mulligan, coming to you live from the Stage Turn studio here, where me and Beth are in a huge empty room, just waiting to entertain you, as it were. Let's see. It's Calamari Thursday here at Wild Eye Pub, so if you're feeling like stopping in for some takeout, do it. Why not, right? Sexy. Cool. What else do I want to say about that, Beth? Do you want to say anything about that?
It's so good.
It's so good. Beth says it's so good. All right. Well, let's see. I'll try to show you what's going on here. So I'm going to start with a little song called Don't Worry, Be Happy. It's very popular. It's a 3-chord song. Oh, this is what I wanted to say. You can strum along at home by going and getting the PDF, which is available for download from my website, luckymulligan.com. I have no doubt that Beth is probably going to go find the link. It's in the event description, and it's also on a post on my website, and I think it's also in the discussion on the event page on Facebook. So there are a lot of different places you can find a link to the PDF, and you can download it. And I'm going to try to go through in the same order that the PDF is. So if you're getting confused as to where we are, you should be able to find your place fairly quickly and then follow along. So yeah, so Don't Worry, Be Happy is an easy 3-chord song, and it's just a swing strum. It's just a down, down, up, down, down. Yeah, really easy. It's just D minor, F, C. So maybe you're playing along with your ukulele at home, or it doesn't have to be an ukulele. You can play along with any instrument that you know the chords to. I only put the fingering for standard ukulele tuning. A few of my notations also have the fingering for baritone ukulele on them, and I'm working on getting more. And if you're a baritone ukulele player and you would like to request that I hurry up and get the baritone notations on one of the songs, please feel free to let me know. And yeah, so here we go. Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry, be happy. In every life you have some trouble, but when you worry, you make it double. Don't worry, be happy. Worry, be happy now. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Ain't got no place to lay your head. Somebody came and took your bed. Don't worry, be happy. Landlord say your rent is late. He may have to litigate. Don't worry, please don't worry, man. Be happy. Look at me, I'm happy. Don't worry. Be happy. I'm gonna whistle it this time. Don't worry. worry, be happy now. Got no cash, ain't got no style, ain't got no gal to make me smile. Don't worry, be happy. 'Cause when you worry, your face will frown, and that will bring everybody down. Don't worry, please don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Ooh, ooh, don't worry, ooh, be happy. Ooh. Don't worry. Ooh, be happy. Ooh, don't worry, be happy now. Don't worry, be happy. Hey, that's his faux clap. Anyway, if you were a little bit confused about the ending there, it's because the chorus, you go through the chorus as it's shown there twice, because it's the same. I didn't bother to write it down twice. And then at the very end, you're supposed to do the chorus twice, which means that you actually do it 4 times. So hopefully that was clear for you. And if not, oh well. All right, what's next? We got a little bit of whiskey in the jar. Who doesn't love some whiskey in the jar? I love me some whiskey in the jar. Let's see. What do you want to know about whiskey in the jar? There's going to be an intro that starts with C, goes to A minor, F, and then C again. And then it's going to go and run through the chords as you would expect them. C, A minor, F, C. And then when we get to the chorus, it's going to go G, C, F, C, G, C. And you can see that I've just put in this particular notation, it's got the chorus, 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 but I didn't put the whole chorus in each time, so you're going to need to jump back to the bold chorus that's at the top that you see there. And note that I put in an instrumental section towards the bottom there that's handwritten in. And just so there's no confusion, I put in the chords there for you, handwritten also with a little arrow pointing over to them, so that you can follow along there too. So, and these are of course based on the notes that I took during when the ukulele jam, people who would come would get together and we would meet here at the pub in real life, in real person. So hopefully I wrote down the notes right and I'm doing them the way the people who have already been here before expect them. And if not, let me know and I'll fix it. So here we go. Whiskey in the Jar. This is a good traditional Irish tune. Who doesn't love those? Oh, and I'm going to do a quick tune because there was something that sounded weird again. I hope your quarantine's going real well. Oh, it's the A string. What's up with that A string? That's not right. That's not right. I'm gonna wiggle it over the saddle here for a second. That's a little better. Better. Okay. Thanks for bearing with me for a moment. Just look for the bare necessities, right? I should do that one for the jam. That'd be a good one. Yeah, you guys would like that, right? Tell Beth you'd like that because I can't see the screen, but she can see the screen. She'll tell me.
That's right.
All right, here we go. Oh, it's an Irish tune, so I gotta pick up the pace a little. As I was going over the far famed Kerry Mountains, I met with Captain Farrell and his money he was counting. I first produced me pistol, then produced me rapier. And stand and deliver, for you are the bold deceiver. Sugar rum, digger rum, digger ra. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I counted out his money and I made a pretty penny. I put it in me pocket and I took it home to Jenny. She sighed and she swore that she never would deceive me. The devil take the women, for they never can be easy. Now this is where I have to stop for a brief editorial. Like a lot of Irish tunes, traditional Irish tunes, it's a little bit sexist. So I hope that you could see past that and enjoy the beat in the tune and realize that people had different attitudes a long time ago and that that's not me. Okay, cool. All right, moving on. Sugar rum, digger rum, digger rum. Like the daddy-o, like the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I counted out his money and it made a pretty penny. I put it in me pocket and I took... Oh, I already did that verse. Let's try that again. We're moving down to the third verse, if you are following along. See, that's what I get for talking in the middle of my songs. You say, bad lucky, no biscuit.
Bad.
Yeah, see, Beth's doing it for you, so good job. Right, so third verse starts like, I went up to me chamber for to take a slumber. I dreamt of golden jewels and sure, it was no wonder. Jenny drew me charges and she filled them up with water, and she sent for Captain Farrell to be ready for the slaughter. Sugar rum, digger ra. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. It was early in the morning, before I rose to travel. Up comes a band of footmen and likewise Captain Farrell. First produced me pistol, for she stole away me rapier. Couldn't shoot the water, so a prisoner I was taken. Sugar rum, digger ra. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Anyone can aid me, 'tis me brother in the army. If I could learn his station in Cork or in Kilkenny, if he'd come and join me, we go roving through Killarney. Sure he'd treat me fairer than me own Spartan Jenny. Sugar rum, digger ra. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Sugar rum, digger ra. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. There's some that take delight in the carriages a-rolling. This part's about me. Some that take delight in the hurley or the bowling, but I take delights in the juice of the barley, that's beer. Courting pretty fair maids in the morning, bright and early. Sugar rum, digger ra. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. And again, digger ra. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Yay! Woohoo! Cool. All right. Hope you enjoyed that one. This next one is new to the jam. I'm surprising everybody with this one. So even if you've been to the jam before, you've never seen this one yet. And it is a good old Beatles tune, of course. As far as I know, it was written by the least popular of the Beatles. In fact, I'm pretty sure my nose just gets a little bit bigger when I play it, because this song was written by Ringo Starr, who I saw once with my own 2 eyes at the state fair. He was eating fast food at the food court. Anyway, Octopus's Garden, here we go. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. He'd let us in, knows where we've been, in a little octopus's garden in the shade. I asked my friends to come and see an octopus's garden with me. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. We would be warm below the storm, in a little hideaway beneath the waves, resting our head on the seabed in an octopus's garden near a cave. They keep rocks and stuff in there. Oh, sorry. Beth laughed and then that made me laugh. That's not her fault though, that's my own fault. Back to chorus number 2.
Laughing is good.
Laughing is good. I hope you're all taking the time to laugh at home, because in the current circumstances, we all just need a little humor in our lives and laughter, and it's healing. So it's good for your immune system to laugh. So that doesn't mean tickle each other forcefully, that's different. All right, anyway. Chorus number 2 is where we were. We would sing and dance around, because we know we can't be found. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. We would shout and swim about in a coral that lies beneath the waves. Oh, what joy for every girl and boy, knowing they're happy and they're safe. We would be... Oh, I did it again. Oh. Well, I see what I did. Sorry, I got confused. Breathe. When you get frustrated with what you're playing, it's good to take a moment to pause whatever you're watching, because, you know, it's streaming and you can pause me and go to the bathroom or go get some beer and just breathe for a moment. So here we go. We're at chorus 3. We would be so happy you and me, no one there to tell us what to do. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden with you. In an octopus's garden with you. In an octopus's garden with you. I should have invited Beth to sing the backup vocals with me there, because I know she knows it.
Next time.
Next time.
All right. Ooh, hey, this is exciting. So I've been working on this one intently for the last couple of days, because We had worked this out kind of as a group for people who showed up regularly for the physical sit around the table and play this, but the notations were a little bit confusing. So I went ahead and rewrote it from scratch. And this has been a very popular song. Everybody so far has loved it. So it's Sympathy for the Devil by the Rolling Stones, written by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards. And you'll notice also that when we get to the instrumental bits, that I'm going to make a Keith Richards face, which if you don't know what that is, it's... Okay, so if you're not doing that when you're doing it at home, then you're doing it wrong, but it's okay. There's a learning curve to this. So, you add in things, you add in complexity as your skill grows. So if you're not to Keith Richards' face yet, don't feel bad. Okay, so here we go. Sympathy for the Devil by the Rolling Stones. Oh, notice that I also tried to make it more clear if you are previously familiar with this, or even if you're not. There's a G suspended fourth that's in there. And what's going to happen is when you get to that G that's on the tailing end of the 4 bars, the 4th beat of that G is going to go to a G suspended for the 4th beat. So all you got to do is just keep the G shape and just drop your pinky for that suspended 4th. And you should see pictures of how that works right there on that newly created, freshly doctored document for you. And I even stuck in baritone fingerings for you. So if you're playing a baritone ukulele, and if you're playing baritone ukulele, I have 2 different options for your G fingering and G suspended 4th fingering. And notice that the G suspended 4th fingering that's on the right underneath the G is, all you got to really do is just drop the pinky in there again. I'm going to show you what it looks like. So it would be the same as like that. I don't know if you can see that well from there. So that's what the G looks like. That's not going to sound right on this because this is not a baritone. But that's what the fingering looks like. And then all you got to do to get to the 4th is you drop your pinky in. Boom! You don't even have to pick up any fingers. Just a hammer on right there. So if you've got a baritone ukulele at home, you got options. And that's a nice one. And special thanks to Martha Moore for pointing that out and checking my work on this one. So here we go. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. Been around for a long, long year, destroying many a man's soul and faith. Was around when Jesus Christ had his moment of doubt and pain. Made damn sure that Pilate washed his hands and sealed his fate. Pleased to meet you, hope you guessed my name. But what's puzzling you is the nature of my game. Stuck around St. Petersburg when I saw it was time for change. Killed the Tsar and his ministers on a stage, just screamed in vain. Rode a tank out the general's rank while the blitzkrieg raged and the bodies stank. Pleased to meet you, hope you guessed my name. I was puzzling you is the nature of my game. Watch with me while your kings and queens fought for 10 decades for the gods they named. Shouted out who killed the Kennedys, when after all it was you and me. Let me please introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I lay traps for the troubadours who get killed before they reach Bombay. Pleased to meet you, hope you guessed my name. What's puzzling you is the nature of my game. meet you. Hope you guess my name. What's puzzling you is the nature of my game. Just as every cop is a criminal and all the sinners are saints, the senseless tales call me Lucifer, 'cause I'm in need of some restraint. So you meet me, have some courtesy, have some sympathy, have some taste. Use your well and politest, or I'll lay your soul to waste. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name. What's confusing you is the nature of my game.
Yay!
Oh, well, I was a little bit different, tiny bit different from the notation. I actually did just post a better version that more accurately reflects the notation. If you want to go to my personal page, Lucky Mulligan Music and Comedy, you will find a video there that is, you could follow along. If you're interested in taking this notation and learning the song for yourself, I recommend studying that video for that one. Oh, and by the way, if you happen to be watching and you feel like tipping me, you can do that on wildeyepub.com. And Wildeye Pub doesn't accept tips directly about that right just yet, but if you feel like just like driving by and slipping some money through the mail slot, you know, they'll take it.
Oh, yeah.
They may have to, you know, disinfect it. Hopefully it's more money than the disinfectant is worth. But that's arguable right now because, you know, the price is going up. But
We also have gift certificates on our homepage people can buy. And then it's not just a donation, it's something they can cash in dollar for dollar in the future.
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Next up is a good old Monty Python song written by Eric Idle. Always look on the bright side of life. Ooh. Oh, I'm dripping a little bit. Sexy. Don't tell on me, Beth. Don't tell on me. I'm so gross.
It's all right. I'm way over here. It's all right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Beth. I appreciate it.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I'm a safe social distancing.
That's right. Social distancing.
Sorry.
Check. Check, check, check. All right. Always look on the bright side of life. Some things in life are bad. They can really make you mad. Some other things make you want to swear and curse. When you're chewing on life's gristle, don't grumble, give a whistle. And this'll help things turn out for the best. And always look on the bright side of life. Oh my God, I can do this. Breathe. That was an A7 that I just did, and not an A minor, which I should have done. Bad lucky. So let's start that over again on the that first chorus there. So, and always look on the bright side of life, and always look on the bright side of life. Life is jolly rotten, there's something you've forgotten, and that's to laugh and smile and dance and sing. When you're feeling in the dumps, don't be silly chumps, just purse your lips and whistle, that's the thing. And always look on the bright side of life. Come on! Always look on bright side of life. For life is quite absurd, and that's the final word. You must always face the curtain with a bow. Forget about your sin, give Give the audience a grin. Enjoy it, it's your last chance anyhow, so. Always look on the bright side of death. Just before you draw your terminal breath. Life's a piece of shit when you look at it. Life's a laugh and death's a joke, it's true. You'll see it's all a show. Keep on laughing as you go. Remember that the last laugh is on you though, so always look on the bright side of life. And always look on the bright side of life. Everybody! Cheer up, guys! Always look on the bright side of life. And always look on the bright side of life.
Yay!
Thank you. I think maybe I was not supposed to drop an S-bomb there. Is that what that look was about?
All right.
Okay, I'll make a note of that for next time. Sorry about that.
That's
Because we're
fine.
live and it's because we're not at a bar. Right. Sorry about that.
right.
Deep apologies. Please don't
It's all
report
right.
me to Facebook.
Facebook police are on their way.
Damn it.
I know.
I mean, darn it. Boy, I'm a slow learner. Okay.
Too late now.
All right, so this next one is another one that I've just reworked just in the last 2 days. This is somebody brought this in for one of the jams. I don't remember who, but it's a great song. I used to listen to it on the oldies station, swimming in my grandma's swimming pool down in Sacramento on those hot summers, and she would put on Cool 101.1. The oldies, and my sister and I, we would just go swimming in that pool all day long, and this is one of the songs that would come up on a regular basis. It's The Letter by the Box Tops from 1967.
Yay!
Yeah, let's see if there's anything about this that I want to point out. There's an instrumental section. It's all pretty straightforward, I think, since I cleaned it up. So hopefully you guys will have an easy time with it. Let's find out. Give me a ticket for an airplane. Ain't got no time to take a fast train. Lonely days are gone, I'm going home. My baby just wrote me a letter. I don't care how much money I gotta spend. Gotta get back to my baby again. Lonely days are gone, I'm going home. My baby just wrote me a letter. She wrote me a letter, said she could not live without me no more. Listen, mister, can't you see I gotta get back to my baby once more. Anyway, she wrote me a letter, said she could not live without me no more. Listen, mister, can't you see I gotta get back to my baby once more. Anyway, give me a ticket for an airplane. Ain't got no time to take a fast train. Lonely days are gone, I'm going home. My baby just wrote me a letter. My baby just wrote me a letter. My baby just wrote me a letter.
Yay!
Woo! That's a good one. So
Yeah.
hopefully, I'm going to do an individual video for that one because I know a lot of people are going to want to add that to their own individual repertoire. Thank you. Sometimes my brain is slow at coming up with vocabulary, so I'm very grateful that there's at least one person here, Beth.
I've been doing that a lot.
Me.
I've been missing my words a lot lately.
You too, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, where's that word?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Do you think it's the pollen, maybe? There's a lot of pollen in the air right now.
You know what? I think it's actually because everything is so different and we aren't on autopilot anymore these days. And so we have to devote more of our brain to thinking through routine things. Maybe.
Beth is wise. Listen to the Beth.
Making up good stuff on the spot. That's right.
Yeah, well, it makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, no, I actually, I know that Beth has cut back on her drinking lately and eliminated, actually, for how many days now?
106.
Dang, that's a lot of days.
Yeah.
Yeah, but me, I have ceased all smoking activities. Okay, I do have the occasional cheat day. I've had 2 cheat days so far, and I'm planning another one for my birthday at the end of the month. But, yeah, basically, I've stopped smoking so that, if I do get sick, that hopefully I won't take up a hospital bed. I've had long hospital stays before, and they're not fun. And I really don't like being intubated. That's happened before too, and it's stinky poo-poo. I would use stronger language, but I've already learned that I'm not supposed to do that. So yes. All right, moving on. But, so what I was trying to say about that was that in spite of all my not smoking, I stopped smoking just in time for all the trees to drop all their pollen. So it's like, oh, less mucus from smoking? Well, here's some mucus from the trees and Mother Earth. So anyway, yes. The Wildlife Hub is open for takeout, and it's Calamari Thursday, so if you're just tuning in, feel free to stop on in. You can step in the back of the room and listen to a couple songs while you wait for your food, if you're so inclined. And also, remember that temporary legislature is in place so that you can take beer and wine and cocktails to go, which is so cool, as long as you get a little bit of food. And it can be like a chip.
And my understanding is you don't actually have to take food.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
The ABC rules are if places in conjunction with their to-go, being open to go, they can also do that.
Well,
so,
there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But, it's good to get food.
I just saw somebody leave with his takeout just now.
See?
So, or sorry, their takeout. I don't want to presume what their preferred gender nomenclature is. Pronoun. That's the word I was looking for. Gender nomenclature?
That was really
good. You know what I meant, right? Okay.
I liked all those syllables. It was creative space filling.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I do like to fill spaces.
All right. Okay, well, good.
All right. So this next song is probably if you have watched some old-fashioned cartoons in your life. Maybe because, that's when this particular cartoon was being made when you were that age, or maybe you just like to watch reruns like me. But you may know it from the WB Frog, or back then, I think he was just called the Frog, I don't know. But I don't know if he had a name, if he was ever referred to. There was a lot of not speaking in those cartoons. The point is, there were these old cartoons by WB, the Warner Brothers, where there was this frog. And he would put on like a top hat and coattails, and he would sing and dance for this guy. And the second this dude tried to show the frog to anyone at all, the frog would just be all, birdie, birdie. And so he would just be tearing his hair out, going insane, thinking that somehow the frog was trying to make him look crazy, and he would wind up going crazy because of it. But anyway, the song that the frog would always sing, well, most of the time, was called Hello, My Baby. And the song is actually from 1899. It is about the early days of the telephone system, when people discovered that they really liked to talk to their sweethearts over the phone. And in fact, they felt very brokenhearted when they couldn't do that. And this was back when there was only about 30 phones, so I don't know how popular this song was back when it first came out, but eventually it got pretty popular, especially with that frog. So what are you gonna do? So here we go. Hello, my baby.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss by one. Baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, oh honey, you'll lose me and then you'll be left alone. Oh baby, telephone and tell me I'm your own. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss by one. Baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, oh honey, you'll lose me and then you'll be left alone. Oh baby, telephone and tell me I'm your own.
Hey!
And you can picture the frog, doing his little kicks as he sings and throws his hat out. He often had a cane too.
Yeah. Had the whole shebang.
He did have the whole shebang's a great word. We don't use shebang often enough.
No. Or malarkey.
Malarkey for sure. What's the time like, Beth? How are we doing?
It is 5:42.
Okay, well, pretty soon here, hopefully, we're going to have a little interview with Angie of the Bookseller. So she's not here yet, but hopefully she'll arrive soon, and we'll learn about how the Bookseller has been adapting given the current circumstances.
Lots of book reading going on.
To your health. Yeah, I hope you've been reading books at home. I know I certainly have.
I bet they have puzzles even.
They do. They have all sorts of things, actually, not just books. There's also reading lights. That's been a really useful one for me. Actually, I love the reading light that I got for Christmas from the Bookseller. Thank you, the Bookseller Fairy, who gave that to me, who shall remain nameless, who's definitely not my mother, who owns the Bookseller. But anyway, the next song is Put On a Happy Face from 1960. What's that?
I was going to say, before you go, Adrian Lincoln says, I remember that song and the frog. He also had a cane.
He did, yes.
Yep.
Thank you, Adrian. I feel vindicated. I appreciate that.
So, sorry to interrupt.
No, that's all good. Actually, Beth, I was going to ask if you could maybe raise your hand sometimes if you want to say something, because sometimes you're trying to tell me something and I don't know.
Okay.
And I'm just still going.
I'll do that.
And I'll just I'm like the road runner. I'll just keep going and running over stuff, and I'll just run right through that painted wall, and you'll just be left behind.
I'll wave. Hi.
Oh yeah, that's perfect because they can't see you waving, so they've got no idea if you're doing that. It's all very subtle. This is all inside baseball kind of stuff.
That's right.
You guys don't know. I'm sure you're curious about how it works, though, right? So, they're like, nah, we don't care. Anyway,
just play the damn song.
Just play the damn song. So, Put On a Happy Face is from Bye Bye Birdie from 1960, and again, notice that I've added an instrumental section that's handwritten. So I apologize if it's a little bit hard to read, but my handwriting's not terrible, I think. I like to think. So anyway, here we go. Gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. Brush off those clouds and cheer up. Put on a happy face. Take off that gloomy mask of tragedy. It's not your style. Look so good that you'll be glad you decided to smile. Pick out a pleasant outlook, stick out that noble chin. Wipe off that full of doubt look, slap on a happy grin. And spread sunshine all over the place. Just put on a happy face. Da-da-da-da-dum-dum. Put on a happy face. Da-da-da-da-dum-dum. Put on a happy face. And if you're feeling cross and bickerish, don't sit and whine. Pick up banana splits, licorice, and you'll feel fine. apologies. Wow. All right. Let's see, where am I going to start? I'm going to start on the third line of the instrumental. Okay. So here we go. On the F.
I knew a girl so gloomy, she'd never laugh or sing. She wouldn't listen to me, now she's a mean old thing. So spread the sunshine all over the place. Just put on a happy, put on a happy, put on a happy face.
Yay!
All right. Excellent. Cheers.
I think it's nice that you talk through this so people can know that it's okay to stop in the middle and fix it, or try something different, or try a different key.
Yeah.
And I have seen people do that on stage with thousands of people in the audience and go, let's try that again, because they just got off to a bad start. And usually people are like, yeah, great, I'm right there with you, and I'm going to go along with you to your new good start.
And
I like that.
Normally, I wouldn't be too worried about it. I would just kind of carry on and cover it up. And many of them you might not even notice if I didn't stop. But because people are supposedly trying to follow along in the jam here, I've learned the hard way that I cannot pull those single performer tricks. So I'm supposed to be trying to follow along in the with the notations, and I'm getting better at it. I apologize for my mistakes, because I have been noticing that I add a few bars in here and there. Hopefully, it's when I do keep going, when I do that, it's because it's an obvious thing that I'm doing. So hopefully you're not too bad. And if I do it on screw up one of the songs that you would like to work on, please let me know, and I will prioritize that for an individual video for just that song, so that you can follow along on that. And that's a good way for us to work through this together. So cheers. We're all in this together. We're one big team, one big happy human family. That's us here on this spaceship called Earth.
Yay.
So cheers. Oh, I'm almost out of beer. I hope that bookseller lady gets here soon. Because I play better when I have beer.
It'll be perfect timing.
All right. Oh, well, this next one is a favorite in many of my sets, because I do a little bit of an impression here while I'm doing it. And you'll recognize it, I think, immediately. And so if you're following along in the PDF, you can see already that there is an instrumental section there that's handwritten again. So hopefully that's easy enough for you to read. I like to think I have good handwriting. If anything is difficult for you to read, or if something's just plain wrong in the notation, let me know. And I am going to make an effort to change that for the next time, so that everybody has good notations to follow. So this is What a Wonderful World. That's written by Bob Thiel and George David Weiss. But you probably know it because it was popularized by Louis Armstrong, the immortal Satchmo. I just need to do this for a second so that I can get in the right key. Okay.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of brown, bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, and also on the faces of the people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do?
Not right now, but soon.
They're really saying is I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yeah, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Whoa, yeah.
Yay!
All right. Woo. It's a little bit warmer up here than I'm just a sweated dude. And you know what? I'm obsessed with wearing ties and hats. So that's great for when you're under stage lights, always.
It's good for the winter.
Right.
Yeah. Adrian says, that is fantastic and love the imitation of Louis Armstrong and Three Hearts.
Oh,
Yay.
Well, Adrian, you're just the best. Thank you for commenting, and I appreciate it so much. You're awesome. All right. Let's see. The next one is a song that hopefully you know if you are an Audrey Hepburn fan. And I know that I am because I have a thing for people with collarbones for days. Anyway, the song is called Moon River, and yeah, Audrey Hepburn made it famous. I think she actually I wanted to say something about that, and I lost my train of thought, but it's all right. But did I get something? Oh, thank you so much, Beth. Beth is getting me a beer or something because she's awesome. Thank you, Beth. Moon River by Johnny Mercer and Henry Mancini. Yes. So the intro is written in my handwriting there again. Those are C's and not G's, in case you were curious. So hopefully you can follow along there. Let's see, what else do you want to know about this before you get into it? So the intro is written in by hand, and then there's an instrumental section below the second verse. But at the bottom of the instrumental section, you're going to go back up to the top of the second verse and go through. You do want to skip the C minor there at the end of the second verse the first time through. Hopefully I will remember. And only do it on the finale. Okay? So hopefully that's clear. And if it's not clear, feel free to ask. Or, make me make it better for next time. Okay, so here we go. Moon River. Henry Mancini also wrote The Pink Panther, which is a song that I'm working on. I don't think I'll introduce it for the jam because it involves a lot of finger picking. But I'm working on it, and it's a lot of fun to play The Pink Panther. Henry Mancini sadly never won an Academy Award for all of the wonderful music that he wrote. He came closest with The Pink Panther, but he got beat out that year by the soundtrack for Mary Poppins. What are you gonna do? So anyway, here we go, Moon River. Oh, so one thing, a tip for strumming this one, you want to try to imagine that your ukulele is a harp, and that will help. Okay, so here we go. Wider than a
crossing you in style someday. Oh, dream maker, you heartbreaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbows and waiting round the bend. My huckleberry friend, moon, river, and me. Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbows and waiting round the bend. Huckleberry friend, moon, river, and me.
Yay!
Great. Thank you. I see we've been joined by Angie from the Bookseller, who I've been talking about. So hopefully you've been hanging out just for that interview, because this is really important to our community. Books are very important in general. And, you know, we could get an EMP go off at any time. Who knows? And then we'd all be left without live streaming, without Zoom. And what would we have? We would have the Bookseller. So
Whoa.
the Bookseller is there for you. All right, how are we doing on time? Should I turn it over to the two of you for your interview, or should I do another song for that, or what's your feeling?
We are doing okay on time. We're at
Great.
exactly 6 on the dot right now.
Dang! Right,
Yeah.
exactly at 6 on the
Yeah.
dot. Awesome.
I think what I'm going to do is bring my mic up, and we'll switch that mic out.
Sounds
All
good
right?
to me.
Okay, so just
All right.
talk for a second.
All right, I'll just talk for a second then, shall I? Darn tootin'.
And where is the Bookseller?
Ah, yes. Where is the Bookseller, you might ask? Well, the Bookseller is in downtown Grass Valley, right there on Main Street, right?
Mill.
Oh, sorry, Mill Street. One of those other M words. Are we on Mill too? Yeah, Mill's a long road, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. So here we are in our M plate. Our M look. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Hopefully you understood what I was trying to say. Yes. Point is, things are awesome, and if you have books, they're so much better. Because if you've got books, then you have an index, and if you have an index, then you have a finger, and if you have a finger, then you can scratch your nose. But you should probably wash it before you touch anything else in public, like I'm gonna do here real soon. So I hope you're all staying safe out there, and I hope you're all caring for each other, and I hope you're having just the best quarantine at home. It's so awesome. You know what? I'm gonna do a quick song that's not in the guide here, just to give Beth some time. So this is, you can jam along if you can tell what my fingers are, but otherwise just be patient, and the jam will continue after the interview with the Booksellerina. Coming right up. Let's see. What songs do I have memorized? Oh, I don't have to memorize them. I have books. Did you just see what I did there? Okay. Nailing this. All right. Let's see. Adrian, do you have any requests? I'm just kidding. No, there's nobody reading the screen right now, Adrian. You could talk all day, and Beth's setting up some sound equipment for the Bookseller Arena, so you'll have to wait for that. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll do Tiptoe Through the Tulips. This is a great one. You may know this from Tiny Tim, who used to play his very, very, very tiny ukulele while he would sing this, and he would also, in fact, sing it in a falsetto. So hopefully my commitment to not smoking will allow my falsetto to function properly. So let's find out. Here we go. Tiptoe through the window, that's where I'd be. Come tiptoe through the tulips with me. Oh, tiptoe from the pillow by the shadow of the willow tree. Come tiptoe through the tulips with me. Knee deep in flowers will stray. You know, my falsetto is not working right now. I'm going to go ahead and blame the pollen and pick a different song. Here we go. This is one that I actually want to add to the lineup for the jam. So I'm going to redo this one with notations for people. It's very simple. And it's from 1969. You probably know it. I'm just going to go ahead and start in on it. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We need some help from you now. Come on, Scooby-Doo, I see you. Pretend you got a sliver. You're not fooling me, 'cause I can see the way you shake and shiver. You know we got a mystery to solve, so Scooby-Doo, get ready for your act. Don't hold back. And Scooby-Doo, if you come through, you're gonna have yourself a Scooby snack. That's a fact. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, here are you. You're ready and you're willing. We can count on you, Scooby-Doo. We know you'll catch that villain.
Yay!
All right, you guys ready?
Yes.
Great, okay.
And letting you know, Pamela Patterson says, hey, Lucky, I'm here. Just got your email. Don't have my uke, but next time, and thanks for this. And I liked your tiptoe.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you, Pam. That's very kind. That's very kind.
All right.
Well, Pam, even if you don't have your uke right this second, you can watch this later and follow along when you do have it. Because even though it's live, it will be recorded for posterity. I'm going to go ahead and turn this stage studio over to Beth Moore, the owner of one of the owners of the Wild Eye Pub, and Angie. I don't know your last name.
Kelsey.
Angie Kelsey of the Bookseller.
Grab that mic.
So I'm going to get
right
out
there.
of the way.
All right. Let's see if I can pull this off.
But if you did feel like dropping me a tip, you could do that at wildeyepub.com.
Very good. Thank you. And I hopefully, will you look and see if we're both in the thing? I tried to make
Can
it so
do.
that we're one.
Oh, it reconnected. You're good.
Okay.
You're good.
Can you see us both?
You're okay, Beth. Angie, take just a half a step to your left.
I'm going to envision the
Perfect.
picture.
Perfect.
Angie, come in the middle and.
Oh yeah, and
tell
actually,
who are
you guys can,
and
because
call
we
it.
have that window blocked out, you can move this way a little bit, and it's
Okay,
okay.
well, I want us to stay spaced from each other.
Okay. Hi, I'm Angie Kelsey from the Bookseller. We've actually been in business, it was officially 44 years on Tuesday, May 5th. And I've been there for, it'll be 20 years this year.
Wow!
And so it's one of those things, I've worked there for over half my life. I've been super honored and privileged to get to work there. Corey's mother has been working for this entire time.
Great. Okay, can you still see both of us?
Let me just fix that a little bit. Come on. I should do that at the base, shouldn't I? There. Oh, so much better.
Okay.
Look at that.
All
There
right,
you
good.
are.
All right, good. Well, we were just talking before you got here about the bookseller and what kinds of things you have. Probably books.
A lot of books.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a lot of other little things too.
What kind? Because this is a time when a lot of people are newly finding hobbies, and so.
Yeah. We actually have. I was finally able to upload it onto the website. We have handcrafted Harry Potter wands that are for sale.
Oh.
We have unicorn snot, so you just need a little sparkle to make your day a little bit brighter.
I see a purchase in Lucky's future right now.
It's just a lot of fun. And then we have bookmarks, teas, mugs, all sorts of things that we've been taking pictures of. Not all of it we're allowed to sell on our website. So we've been just taking pictures and posting it on all of our social media, so Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And are you doing curbside?
We are doing curbside. We've been fortunate enough to get to do this the entire time because we were deemed an essential because we're educational.
Right.
So it's one of those things where, especially for when the first shutdown happened, none of the kids had any sort of plans because schools didn't know what to do. And
They
so,
kind of closed suddenly.
yeah, it was very sudden, so they didn't have any like game plans. So we had a lot of workbooks for the parents to just keep their kids off the screens for a little bit, just a little bit.
That's good. So I'm imagining you also have journals and that sort of thing.
We have lots of journals.
This is a time for self-reflection for many
We have a
people.
lot of self-help books and motivational ones. Some of them I won't mention their titles because they have curse words in it. But you know, it's just one of those things to help motivate you to get you through all of this.
Very good. And do you have puzzles? Did you say that?
We do have some puzzles. We are pretty low on our
I bet.
puzzles, so we have been sending people down to book and work tile.
Angie's microphone is quieter. Maybe you could hold it a little closer. Yeah, there you go.
Sorry. Oh, let me make sure. You keep talking.
Okay.
So you've been sending them to the Mercantile?
Foothill Mercantile because they have a really great selection, and we were not prepared for this. Otherwise, we would have stocked up on our puzzles also. But it's one of those things where we do have some other games, like we have a Harry Potter clue game and Trivia Pursuit. There's a horror movie, Trivial Pursuit. So we've just been keeping it going with that and posting lots of pictures, trying to keep it going.
Excellent. What are you seeing as big trends in book sales right now? What are people buying?
Well, currently everybody, for me, because I do a lot of the children's stuff, is the gear up for the not the Harry Potter, the Hunger Games new release.
Closer, closer.
And Caesar Flickerman will actually be out on May 19th to hand out everybody's new book, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So sorry. And you get a little, and every book that's purchased in the store, you get a little patch from Scholastic. And so it's one of those things where I think that's one of the ones that I'm really excited about. I will also be the one dressed as Caesar Flickerman, so I'm currently working on my new costume.
I'm really excited about this one you're about to show.
Yeah. I will say the grow your soil because everybody's been at home. They've actually been able to garden. Work hasn't gotten in the way. And so the grow your soil has done amazingly well, especially for a lot of the first-time gardeners who've never done this. They don't know how to amend it, especially for our local area. And since she's a local, this is as good as it gets for us.
So Diane Meisler wrote this. Diane has actually played a number of times on our stage here with Curtains Crossing the band, not the bridge. And actually, her husband Walter Webb and I have been in a band together for 27 or 28 years, Power 12.
Okay.
Diane is a local hospice nurse, and she has a garden to envy.
Yeah.
If you ever want to check out her garden, look at, I think she's like Hippie Chick or Gardening Hippie Chick or Naked Hippie Chick, something on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And her garden is just gorgeous. And I was so excited. We were actually going to be hosting her book release and concert in April. We'll get back to that.
It'll happen eventually.
I'm glad that book is selling.
Yeah,
It's
doing really
wonderful.
well. We were supposed to have her also. We'll see if that happens.
Good. Maybe we'll just do a big gang book release concert thing when,
Well, and then speaking of that is one of our other local authors, Gary Noy, Hellacious California, just came out. So if you want a little bit of scandal, of local history of the California, this is full of it. And he is an amazing local historian, and we were supposed to have him in June, but we're going to reschedule that because luckily he's local and he can take care of us. And then the last one, Shirley Descartes. She just came out with Heartwood, and she actually has a quote from Gary Snyder on it, so it's kind of a big thing. Cause
they both live on the ridge.
They do, and Gary Snyder doesn't sign his name to just anything, so it's really exciting, and we've been doing phenomenally well, considering we haven't been open, and all we're doing is through social media and word of mouth, so very exciting.
That's wonderful. Have you gotten any word about opening up? Are you getting to expand a little bit with the new opening rules this Friday, or how are things looking?
We've been obeying all of these rules already, so it's not going to change anything for us. What we're just now waiting on is for the city and the county, as well as the state, to work out an agreement. It's when we do the next phase is when I think we'll be able to finally open up our doors. Probably have to limit customers, but we could have our doors open again and actually get to talk to people.
Yay!
Yeah,
Not just on the phone?
No, we're getting really tired of like just talking to each other and on the phone. It's one of those things where we've been around each other a little too much with no other interaction, but we're getting through it.
And so can people just call you up and order a book? And do you have inventory online? Can they go look online, or how does that work?
Our website does not include all of our inventory. We're really fortunate where we're at because we can typically get books in within 1 to 3 business days, sometimes a little longer if it's across the country. But at this stage, you can go online and we're responding back to everybody. Phone calls, we only have 2 lines, so it's taking a little while to get through, but bear with us, we will answer your phone call. And then just doing the curbside, we have been just running books in and out and just kind of keeping everybody, their spirits a little bit higher during this. Little distraction.
That's great. So they can call, they can email.
Email, Facebook, Instagram. The easiest for us, admittedly, is through our website or emailing if you can't get through on the phones, but we're looking on all of our social media platforms just to make sure we don't miss anybody's orders.
Great. Okay. Any recommendations or wise words of wisdom?
We'll get through it, and eventually you can come back in the store.
Yay.
And it's just one of those things where we're just trying to keep it going and keep everybody happy and a little bit distracted while we're dealing with this. Wonderful.
Well, thanks very much for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, and do you want to give your address and phone number
yes.
Or what all the particulars one more time?
Okay. We're at the Bookseller in downtown Grass Valley, 107 Mill Street. Our phone number is 530-272-2131. Our website is www.thebookseller.biz, B-I-Z, and our email is staff@thebookseller.com.
Excellent. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Yay, Bugs. All right.
Back to the grind.
Thanks so much, Angie.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Booksellerina Angie, for stopping in and reaching out to the community on the subject of those educational things we call books. All right.
Adrian wants to hear Ain't Misbehavin'.
Oh, okay. Well, Adrian, I've got to go back to the jam, so that one is not one that I have prepared for the jam today. But if we run out of time, if I run out of material that's prepared for the jam, I will do Ain't Misbehavin' if I have it. I'm pretty sure I do, actually.
Or maybe it was just a true confession from Adrian.
It's possible that he meant that as a, or she, or they, I should just say they. That's safer. That they are confessing.
Just sharing. Ain't misbehaving.
That's right.
Right now.
Ain't misbehaving.
Yeah.
I do actually love that song for the current circumstance, because you're at home, you're not going out, you're not misbehaving.
Mostly.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Beth says.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could maybe. So Beth, if I put the If I put this up here, is it a problem? Is that okay?
Yep.
That's great?
Mm-hmm.
That's so much easier for me.
I'm going.
Oh, gravity! Yeah, I saved the computer! Oh, man, that was so cool! I hope I didn't break the wood. Is it okay? It looks okay. Oh my god. Jesus.
All right.
Technical difficulties. I actually have an original song that I wrote that's called the Technical Difficulties Rag that I like to play under that circumstances. It's the Technical Difficulties Rag, and the Technical Difficulties Rag. Oh, folks, the show here to snag. It's the Technical Difficulties Rag, the Technical Difficulties Rag. It goes on. But anyway. Okay, next up for the jam, we have For Sentimental Reasons.
And you might want to hold that up a little bit if people are looking at your fingers while you play, so they can see. I don't know if that works for you, or if it doesn't.
I can try. I can try.
Right.
Yeah, I'm down to experiment for sure. Yeah, sometimes I do actually hug it up to my chest like this. But Beth was saying that I should hold the ukulele up a little higher so you can see my fingers in case you're following along. Looks like she's gonna go do some business, so that's fine. Bye-bye. Oh, she's getting me a different music stand. That's the word. Oh, that one's pretty. Yeah. I mean, the wood one's pretty too, but I like that one.
This one might be a little shorter and see-throughable.
I like that.
You can mess with it. It's off camera. So.
I like it very much. I'm gonna switch. So for sentimental reasons, in just a second, let me switch music stands. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. I'll give you a topic. Books you wish you read but you haven't read, but yeah.
As long as it's stable.
Beth did it. It was so perfect.
It's smaller, but they may be able to see you better. I don't know.
I don't know either. You're the one who's looking at the screens.
Right.
She says people may be able to see me better. She doesn't know.
Okay.
So can you see me better? Is that better?
Yeah, slightly. Yeah, as long as you
Slightly?
keep it.
Okay.
You know, yeah.
I'll take it.
All right.
For sentimental reasons. If you haven't noticed yet, I have a little bit of a romantic jazz fetish. So I'm open to adding different things to the jam lineup, and given being left to my own devices, choosing what will be added to the jam lineup, I'm just going to go ahead and keep adding romantic jazz. So stop me, I dare you. Okay. Let's see, what do I want to say about For Sentimental Reasons? Oh, I'm going to move this over to the side a little bit. Okay, let's see. Starts off with an intro. We're getting a little bit more complicated. By the way, if you haven't noticed also, if you're following along in the jam, each of the songs has been progressively adding just like one more chord each time or so. And they're not necessarily the same chords, I'm just adding to the complexity in general. So hopefully that's working for you. Hopefully you got a nice warm-up with Whiskey in the Jar and that 3-chord song with Don't Worry, Be Happy and all that at the beginning. And now that we're to these crazy jazz songs, you're all limber and loose and ready to follow along. Maybe you've had enough beer that you came to the Wild Eye Pub to take out to take home. I don't know. So here we go. For sentimental reasons. By the way, it's Calamari Thursday. If you're watching at home, then you can get calamari takeout from the Wild Eye Pub here. I'm going to be taking some home after this set, so hopefully you are supporting your local restaurant with takeout whenever you can too. So let's see, what else we want to say about this? Okay, so we're going to do the intro. Then we do the first verse, after repeat as instrumental, then go to theme. What does that mean? See, I'm deciphering my own handwritten notes so that you, following at home, will not be confused as well. So I see what's going on. So what happens is when you get down to whenever you're in sights, that's where the instrumental begins. And then after the instrumental, you go back to verse 1 and do that. That is the instrumental. I see. Okay. See, this is why I talked through it beforehand. So I don't get confused, and so you don't get confused by me, because I can be very confusing. So when you're about 3/4 of the way down, it's going to say whenever you're in sight, and then we're going to do an instrumental. To do the instrumental, you're going to follow the chords from verse 1. And you can see that I bracketed that. After we finish verse 1, the bracketed portion, you will then skip to the theme. And you will notice that I have marked the theme with a star and a little bar there. So, clear? Clear. Awesome. Here we go with the intro. It starts with a D. Oh, there's one more thing about the notation here. So notice in the intro that there are little bars that are marking the measures. So sometimes there's 2 chords per measure, and sometimes there's 1 chord per measure. Obviously, I hope when there are 2 chords per measure, you will split it for 2 beats on 1 chord and 2 beats on the other. And when there's only 1, you'll do all 4 beats on that 1 chord. Cool. All on the same page now. Excellent. Starting on the D. I love you for sentimental reasons. I hope you do believe me. I've given you my heart. I love you for you alone were meant for me. Please give your loving heart to me and say we'll never part. I think of you every morning, dream of you every night. Darling, I'm never lonely whenever you're inside. Oh, here's the instrumental. For sentimental reasons, I hope you do believe me. I've given you my heart.
Yay!
Excellent. Oh boy, this is a good one. You're gonna like this if you don't know it already. Okay, so this is a song called the Frim Fram Sauce. It's from the 1940s, and what do we want to say about the Frim Fram Sauce? When people in the 20th century were interested in music, they often had a problem. People wanted songs about, well, sex, frankly, and you couldn't find it. It was hard because what's it called? Censorship was big in the 20th century, especially the early 20th century. So musicians had a problem. if they wanted to, and they did want to meet the public's demand for these songs, they couldn't be explicit. So what they did was they wrote these songs with nonsense lyrics, like this one that's coming up here, and it was definitely not about sex. So here we go. The Frim Fram Sauce. This is another one that was popularized by Louis Armstrong, so you'll recognize the style that I'm singing in. Here we go.
I don't want French fried potatoes, red ripe tomatoes. I'm never satisfied. I want the Frim Fram sauce with the Irish pfeffer on the side. I don't want pork chops and bacon, that won't awaken my appetite inside. I want the Frim Fram sauce with the Irish pfeffer on the side. Well, the fellas really got to eat, and the fellas should eat right. 5 will get you 10. I'm gonna feed myself right tonight. I don't want fish cakes or rye bread. You heard what I said. Where the blues, I want mine fried. I want the Frim Fram sauce with the Irish pfeffer on the side. I don't want fish cakes or rye bread. You heard what I said. Where the peas, I want mine fried. I want the Frim Fram sauce with the Irish pfeffer on the side. I want the Frim Fram sauce with the Irish pfeffer on the side.
Yay!
Okay, so that's only supposed to be 2 chords at the end there, and obviously my fingers didn't quite slide up to the second chord, so it wound up being 3. But you got the idea, right? Okay, good.
The big ending!
That's right, the big ending.
Right, da-da-da.
I'm glad Beth is enjoying it. All right. The next one was actually written in the 20s, but popularized in the 60s by the Mamas and the Papas. So that's why I included it in my romantic jazz set. So even though it's sort of a 60s song, it's actually one of those 20s jazz songs. Ooh. Gravity is a harsh mistress. Dream a Little Dream by the Mamas and the Papas. Let's see if there's anything that should be said about, oh yeah, okay. So when we get down to the bottom, there is an instrumental section that you can see that I added. And once again, it's my handwriting, so those are C's. I don't think there's any G's down there in the handwriting. Yeah, those are all C's. So C sharp 7 and C7s mostly. And then you're going to go to the coda, which is marked there by the Sweet Dreams right there, which are made of these. Sorry, that was a terrible joke. Anyway. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? I don't know. We could do that for the jam next time if you're interested.
It's a good song.
It's a great song. Who doesn't love some Eurythmics, right? Okay. Dream a Little Dream. Here we go. Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me. Say nighty night and kiss me. Just hold me tight and
to linger till dawn, dear, just saying this. Sweet dreams of sunbeams find you, sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me. I don't know what that was. Excuse me. Oh, I see what I did wrong. Oh. Okay, sorry. I'm going to start the instrumental section over again on F. So here we go. Sweet dreams the sunbeams find you, sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me. Okay, I threw in a fancy finish there, but that's not noted.
Yay!
If you're interested in what I did, as I went to the F7 and then I went to something between a D7 and a C sharp 7 and then down to the A minor 7 plus 5 and then to a C7 and then to an F.
Noted.
So if you can write that down, that's what happened.
Kit says it's breaking up a little bit. I'm not sure why.
Oh yeah, that was a while ago. That was before the interview.
Also again.
Yeah.
And
oh,
so,
again.
yep, and I said I'm not sure if it's happening on the YouTube side or the Facebook side.
Well, it would seem to be the Facebook side because she's watching the Facebook.
That's what she just
Why
said.
don't you just go ahead and stop the YouTube and we'll call that experiment not good.
All right.
And,
okay, but anyway, well, okay.
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing anything glitchy, so I'm not sure what it is. So hopefully we're coming through okay. And Joan Weinstock McCammon says, hi, Lucky.
Oh, Joey, you're so awesome. I'm so glad you tuned in. And Kit, thanks for watching too. I appreciate it. Maybe Kit, you could be a little bit more specific about how it's breaking up. Like, is it pixelating and freezing for a bit, or is it just the audio that's stopping? Just give us a little bit more description about what breaking up means so that we can troubleshoot a little bit better, because we're still learning about this process and how we can best serve you with the technology that we have. So any information could potentially be helpful. You never know what clue will tip us off to the problem. So please take the time to help us understand what you're seeing so that we can hopefully figure out what it is.
Maybe we just have to hit the hamsters harder so they'll run faster in the wheel to make all this run.
I'm really sorry that you were using a microphone so that I don't get to repeat that for everybody. That's because right. That was amazing.
More hamster snacks or something. You know, we'll go with the
That's
good.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. I think maybe you're using too many carrots and not enough sticks on those hamsters,
right.
Beth.
Right.
I feel like maybe if you just use more whips on me, I would feel more motivated.
Okay, we're not talking about you breaking up. We're talking about the hamsters here. It's not always about you. Sometimes it's about the hamsters. Okay.
Fair enough.
Pamela says watching from Garden Valley and the reception there is fine. And
okay.
Joan says it sounds fine wherever Joan is.
Oh, great.
So
good.
Yeah,
so it's possible that it's just on Kit's side.
It may be.
But see, this is where everybody helping and pitching in and giving us information helps.
That's right. Maybe Kit's having a personal hamster rebellion.
Could be, yeah,
so,
yeah.
You know.
So Kit, whoever you are, I don't know who you might be. Definitely not my mother, but
I think Kit is with Bookseller.
Oh yeah, that is my mom. Okay.
Okay. Truth in advertising here. Kit, hit your hamsters. And Tim,
hit your hamsters.
And Tim Ward says, all clear on my end.
All right.
So
good. Tim who?
Timothy Ward.
Oh, Tim.
Holy crap, Timothy Ward. Oh, man, that guy's so cool. I was just thinking about that guy the other day.
See?
I was thinking about On the Verge and how he was the Yeti and he was like throwing stuff at people.
And apparently he's feeding his hamsters appropriately because it's working out over there. So.
Oh my gosh, Tim, you're awesome, and I, as a young child, I very much appreciated your portrayal of the Yeti in The Verge, and many other characters that you played in that same play as well. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about, oh well, what are you gonna do? The Verge was played by Foothill Theater Company a very long time ago, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Anyway.
And Kit says major hamsters or a waggle of wire-haired dachshunds.
She does have a lot of the wire-haired dachshunds, it's true.
And it looks like it's a live link, so I guess they've got their own page, so there's something to also look at.
Oh my god, it's probably a live link to whatever the hamster dachshunds are doing.
Yeah, the dachshunds.
I wouldn't be surprised if the dachshunds were in hamster like costumes.
There you go.
I wouldn't put that past my mom and my stepdad because they're awesome.
See? And Timothy says that he's on his own treadmill.
He's on his own treadmill.
So we don't have to use the carrot or stick. Apparently he's self-motivated right there. Good job, Timothy.
Thank you, Timothy. Wherever you are. Last I heard you were back in Germany, but that was a long, long time ago. I'm sure you're somewhere else by
right
now.
now on the treadmill, I think.
Oh,
I
yeah,
just said that.
That's right. Silly me. Not paying attention.
Hello.
And just to spoil that whole momentum, I'm going to do a really serious song now. This is a song by James Taylor. It's called Fire and Rain. It's from his album, I want to say from 1970, called Sweet Baby James, which was definitely not where I got my first legal name. Anyway, my name's not actually Lucky Mulligan. Spoiler alert! Anyway.
Posters in the post office. Look for them there. Yeah.
Oh, God.
And Timothy's at La Quinta, by the way.
La Quinta. Cool. Where's La Quinta? Is that in California?
I think it's a hotel.
Oh, that is a hotel.
So
You're right. I knew I knew that name.
There's probably another story there, but we'll have to wait till the rest of it shows up on the feed here.
Okay. Yeah, this is our own fault for lagging behind by 20 minutes. Here we go. I think we've been talking for like 5 minutes now. There hasn't been any music, but hopefully you're enjoying it if you're watching.
He's on his own treadmill at La Quinta in Palm Springs.
Oh, in Palm Springs. Oh, yeah, that's where my step-aunt lives, too. Yeah, that's great.
Listening to the Uke Jam on the treadmill at La Quinta in Palm Springs.
Well, whatever deity that you prefer, Tim, have that deity bless you, because that's awesome. So... And it doesn't have to be just one. You can pick lots. I'm not going to restrict you in any way.
As if.
I don't know if you're monotheistic. There's another big word for you.
Oh, Timothy says it's a very comfortable 109 degrees today. Yikes. Okay, well hopefully.
Oh my God.
Hopefully La Quinta's AC is working well.
Woo. I noticed as I was driving in, it was like 80 degrees and I was melting in my van, so.
Good thing.
Wow, dude.
Good thing you're not in Palm Springs.
Darn
At
straight.
the La Quinta.
Darn tootin'. Yeah, and when Tim was the Yeti, he was like throwing snowballs at the women who were the protagonists of the story. And I don't think they were real snowballs, but I was thinking about that literally while I was driving here and thinking how it was melting in 80-degree weather. So, small world. Weird coincidences, man. Okay. Okay, so anyway, Fire and Rain. Here we go. James Taylor. Super serious. Super serious, you guys. This is super serial. Okay, I think I've had enough beer. I'm gonna stop for a minute. Here we go. Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Choosing the plans they made, put an end to you. Oh God, what was that? There it is. I walked out this morning and I wrote down this song.
I just can't remember who to send it to. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? Help me make a stand. You just gotta see me through another day. My body's aching and my time is at hand, and I won't make it any other way. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? Help me make a stand. You just gotta see me through another day. My body's aching and my time is at hand, and I won't make it any other way. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. They're walking my mind to an easy time, my back turned towards the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. There's lots of time on the telephone line to talk about things to come. Sweet dreams and flying machines in pieces on the ground. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Thought I'd see you one more time again. You are going my way, oh no.
Yay!
Good stuff.
John says, very nice. I love James Taylor.
Oh, good. Well, it's in the Jam book, so you can follow along on that one. And I think I'll probably add Sweet Baby James next time, too. So there'll be 2 James Taylor for the price of 1.
Woohoo.
Which is actually a voluntary tip. If you felt like tipping me, you could. I actually did spend quite a lot of time scanning and making sure that this would work, even if you weren't sitting in the same room as me to talk with you about it. So if you felt like tipping me, I would appreciate it, but you don't have to, obviously. I'm going to survive. People are taking care of me. I wish that I was taking care of myself, but what are you going to do? So I'll be okay if you can't tip me, but if you can, I would appreciate it. So thank you. That's, by the way, on wildeyepub.com, where the tip button is available. Yeah. And if you're watching this in the future, you could tip me on luckymulligan.com. There's a link along the top that says tips, support my art. So there you go. The next one is called Tonight You Belong to Me. This song was actually published in 1926 originally, but it was more recently popularized, I want to say about 1988, 1990 or so. There was a movie that came out with Rick Moranis and Steve Martin called The Jerk. And I just love those two. What a great comedy team. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember who the female lead is anymore, but I'm sure she was amazing too, because there always are against Steve Martin. If you are able to play against Steve Martin, then you're probably super awesome and way cooler than I will ever be. So good job being in those movies if you were the female lead. But anyway, apologize if I don't remember who you were. Too long since I saw the movie. Anyway, Tonight You Belong to Me. So we're going to go through the first verse and then the second verse. And then we go into an instrumental. Is that right? Okay, no. I'm sorry. I'm not reading my own notes correctly. So you can see that I added some handwritten notes here if you're following along in the PDF, which hopefully has been linked in the description by Beth and all that. And so you're going to go through the first verse, and then we're going to go into the instrumental. And then we're going to go for the second time. Oh, I see what it is. Okay. Boy, I need to fix my notation on this. Apologies. So we're going to go through the first verse and the second verse as written. And then instead of just jumping straight to the third verse, we're going to do an instrumental. And no. Got it wrong again. Okay, so we're going to do the first verse. Then we're going to do the instrumental. Then we're going to go to the second verse and go straight through to verse 3. Which is where it takes over at the coda. So, okay. Hopefully that's clear.
Bernadette Peters.
Shut up.
Seriously, I just looked it up.
Oh, Bernadette Peters?
In The
Really?
Jerk. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I didn't remember it either.
she's amazing.
She is amazing.
Oh, what a voice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what a voice. Bernadette Peters. Oh, man. I just got a little bit of chills down my spine thinking about her in Into the Woods. Oh, yeah, she was an awesome witch. Anyway. So here we go with Tonight You Belong to Me. I know you belong to somebody new, but tonight you belong to me. Although we're apart, you're a part of my heart. Tonight you belong to me. Way down by the stream, how sweet it will seem once more just to dream in the moonlight. My honey, I know with the dawn that you will be gone, but tonight you belong to me, just a little old me.
Yay!
Okay. Then we're moving on to Summertime. By the way, you may have noticed, I don't know if you can see it on the screen or not yet, but or the way that we have it set up, but this folder that I'm using is a pink glitter folder. I deliberately chose that so that no one would steal it.
That might make it more stealable.
It might work against me. I may have made the wrong choice. It's really hard to predict what individual thieves' preferences are. Anyway. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the next one is Summertime by George and Ira Gershwin from 1935 from Porgy and Bess. Yeah. Summertime and living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich and your mama's
good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings you're gonna rise up singing. Then you'll spread your wings and you'll take to the sky. Until that morning, there's nothing can harm you. With Daddy and Mommy standing by. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. Then you'll spread your wings and you'll take to the sky. But till that morning, there's nothing can harm you. With Daddy and Mommy standing by.
Hey.
Actually, when I first started learning this song, I was with someone who we had a little cat together, and I used to sing this song to the cat, and actually she had all the money and all the looks, so I would just sing that, you know,
The cat did?
your mom is rich and your mom is good looking. Because I didn't have any of those things.
Aww.
I had music and I had some rhythm, but but I didn't have the looks or the money. So what are you gonna do? Anyway, fun story.
I hope the cat appreciated being sung to.
She did, actually. She seemed to really like it, and I miss her terribly. Freya, wherever you are, I hope you're well.
My mom used to sing that song to me when I was little.
Aww, when you were just a little kitten.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay, so the next song has been a big favorite at the jams, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it too. It's from 1964, and you probably will think that it's from James Bond, but it's actually from a TV series called Secret Agent Man, which started in the UK and was imported to the US. And when they imported it to the US, they wrote this spiffy, there's more people coming through with their takeout, possibly calamari.
Yay,
You have the calamari over there?
I do.
Yay!
Somebody came in for takeout calamari because it's Calamari Thursday down here at the Wild Eye Pub.
We ran out last Thursday.
That's right. And if you want to come in and pick up, your own takeout, you can hang out for a song or two, and that's okay. Anyway.
And I want to say, tomorrow night we are back in fish and chips.
Ooh.
Some nice Alaskan cod coming
Friday
in the
night
morning.
fish and chips.
That's right.
Oh,
yeah.
that sounds good.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to do that. Sorry, I don't know where that came from. Anyway, Secret Agent Man. Here we go.
There is a man who leads a life of danger. For everyone he meets, he stays a stranger. And with every move you make, another chance he takes. Odds are that he won't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man, secret agent man, they're giving you a number, taking away your name. Beware of pretty faces that you find. A pretty face can hide an evil mind. Oh, be careful what you say, you'll give yourself away. Odds are that you won't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man, secret agent man, they're giving you a number, taking away your name. Secret agent man, secret agent man, they're giving you a number, taking away your name. Swinging on the Riviera one day, and laying in a Bombay alley next day. Oh, don't let the wrong words slip while kissing persuasive lips. Odds are you won't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man, secret agent man, they're giving you a number, taking away your name. I put my phone on silent and the alarm still went off. That's interesting. I'll have to address that for next time. Well, that means it's 6:59, which means it's time for me to go outside to ring the bell to, you know, appreciate all those what are they called? The
hamsters. Free the hamsters.
That's more hilarious than what I was going to say. But no, I was thinking of your, you know, all of your frontline, first line workers. What's the word
essential?
I'm looking for? Not just essential, but the people who are working
Front
in the
of
hospitals.
house. No, back of house. I don't know.
Nurses and doctors and
Yeah,
all those people
front-
who are working in hospitals. You're supposed to go outside and make a big noise at 7 o'clock. So I have an alarm that's set up for every day for 6:59.
Nice.
So I remember to go outside to make a big noise. So
That's nice.
So if you're watching this, go outside and make a big noise right now and tip me.
That's right. Yes.
Because I'm done. That's 7 o'clock. That's my 2 hours set.
Yay.
So thank you so much for tuning in and for hopefully supporting your local restaurants like the Wild Eye Pub. And
I want to say we're so grateful to Lucky because he's been bringing all kinds of good ideas in tech and garden help and various stuff. Okay, maybe because he needed something to do, but that's okay because it was a really big help to us, and we're grateful.
Oh no, I have plenty to do at home.
Okay, and he's also been hosting this uke jam here at Wild Eye Pub for most of a year.
Almost a year, yeah.
June, July.
Seems like that's about right. Yeah, it's pretty close. Pretty close to a
And
year.
he's here once a month, real or pretend or virtual or
Whether or
whatever.
not anyone else showed up.
Yeah, and we really appreciate it. He put some effort into it. So if you
thank you.
if you are able and you would like to tip him, you can do that in Lucky's virtual tip jar at wildeyepub.com. And you can tip $1 or $2 or $5 or 10 or 20, whatever have you. So it's easy peasy. So thanks for supporting Lucky, and thanks for supporting Wild Eye Pub, and thanks for supporting artists in the community in general. We really appreciate that. We know people are struggling right now with not even just financially, just spiritually, keeping the verve and the vibe and keeping the music going. I had somebody play here recently, and he said, "I feel useful now because I played some music to people, and otherwise what am I doing here?
That's so wonderful.
It was pretty neat, yeah. So I
well,
want to thank her.
at the same time, I want to thank Beth because she's the one who's kept this going, in spite of the fact that the Wild Eye Pub, like all restaurants, is struggling. So please support Wild Eye Pub and other local restaurants if you can. They need your help. So thank you so much.
And Joan says, thanks, Lucky.
Oh, Joan, thank you.
Very
You're
good.
awesome.
All right.
I miss you.
All right, all. Well, thank you very much.